Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Thought I'd get out in the shed. I don't get out here as much as I like. A lot of it involves, I've mentioned this loads of times, but a couple of, the situation at home's changed a bit. But if I start getting up very early, well not very early, but if I start getting up, I should have a lot more time to actually get stuff done. So I thought I'd have a go at making some more of those key rings, but slightly different ones this time. Well, I say key rings. This time it's going to be some sew-on badges. So yeah, I might give it a go. I'm going to try making one of those today. Yeah, I'm going to experiment today with something a little bit different that I've not done before, and I thought I might as well film the process while I'm doing it and explain what I'm doing. Yeah, because the reason I don't show you everything I do, the thing is, sometimes if you're making stuff to sell, obviously if you show people how to make it, you're doing yourself out of business. Well, people can't make these anyway because you don't have my stamp. Do you know what I mean? So I could still show you how to make your own sew-on badge, but yeah, you can't make my one because you don't have my stamp. Right, so let's get down to it. So the basic idea of what I'm going to be making is something like that. So it will have the Knuckle Duster logo on it, and then it will have pre-stitched holes so that you can sew this badge onto whatever you wanted. I'm just going to need to work out how much of a gap I'm going to need around the edge, and hopefully this should be reasonably straightforward. You don't, if you are making one of these yourself, say if you wanted to just do get some letter stamps, stamp your name in and do the stitching around the end, you could probably just do this with the punches and just drill the holes. I'm going to go a little bit more detailed seeing as I want to try and sell these. So I'm going to work out where I want that and then work out where the stitch line will be. Right, so I think that should be big enough to have a sort of 4mm edge where the stitch line will be, and the design can go in the middle. So I'm going to cut that out now best I can. I'm going to leave it a rectangle shape for now. I have to see how it looks. So that will be the basic size of the badge. The Knuckle Duster should imprint in the middle of that reasonably well, and then with one of these edges I will cut a small groove all the way around. I don't know how well you can see that. You'll see it when I do it. A small groove that will be a stitch line, and then I will pierce the stitch line for you, and then this can just be sewed on really easily. So this is a tool I bought recently. I'm not really that used to using these, so I'll just have to be careful as I go in case I'm going too far in. Well, that's not perfect, but for a first time it's not too bad, I don't think. Right, so that's wet. I'm going to now put it in the vise. Right. We'll just leave that just for a little bit, just to... You can leave these a long time, but not really with how I do it. You don't really need to. That will have imprinted into that leather reasonably well, even with just 30 seconds doing it. So there you go. Right, so I've dried this one. What I'm going to do now is do the holes with one of these. You don't need to use these, but I'm going to use it because I bought these to do it. Use these hole punches to do the stitching lines, and then we'll take off the edge of the leather, smooth it up a bit. So that's the basic lines, and for the holes that aren't all the way through I'm going to push through with an awl now. So for the holes that haven't gone all the way through, I'll literally just push through with an awl Use one of these edge bevelers. I'm going to take the edges off now. And you can make these as well. I've actually made these. If you want to know how to make these, I've actually got a video showing you how to make these from either an old chisel or an old flathead screwdriver. And in all honesty, my homemade ones work as good as the cheap purchase ones anyway. So to smooth over the edges, you just want to wet them slightly. Do not soak them or anything, just a little bit on the ends of your fingers is enough to wet them sufficiently, wet the edges. And then again, this is a tool you can make at home. You just rub this over. It's more about friction than pressure, and then that will give it a nice smooth finish. Right, so there you go. I'm actually quite happy with that. It came out quite good. It's not an original idea of mine. I've seen other people making these kind of badges, but seeing as I could make my own leather key rings, I thought, well, I'll give it a go, trying to make these sewn badges, and I think it's actually come out really nice. This one isn't waxed yet, but what I'll do, I'll show you some pictures at the end. But there you go, WeaponCollector sew on logo badges, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, and if people are interested in buying them, I can do them to sell. So there you go. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you found it useful and helpful and interesting. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later.